guys, how you doing? Billy here again. Okay, today with the stick I'm going to talk about low line strikes to your side of your leg or your kneecap. And a simple way to block from the boxing stance. Okay, my personal opinion is I don't really fancy dropping the stick to block. I would rather do the same high line motion and just drop down, just lower my stance to strike the hand. Now, interesting things I want you to consider. Strike is coming to your leg, to anywhere in your body, coming from the outside in. What's leading the strike? All right. What's meant to hit you? What's coming first? The hand. So 9 times out of 10, that's a good target acquisition. Okay. So when you're standing in a boxing stance, okay, and somebody's trying to target this, all right, just drop down to the hand, bang. It'll be off your 45 a little bit, okay. If you got all the way to their hand, almost is going to hit your center line before their stick's even going to come close to you. So if you're peripheral vision, you want to watch their hand, okay. Drop, okay, drop and hit. And remember to have a good grip when you hit, all right. Now, if it's coming from this side, you'll angle off a little bit, bang, you try to hit the hand. Now, what I like to do in a press on a dummy, this is kind of a crude example, but you see the idea. This is coming down my knee, so bear with me on that one. It's just for the sake of the tutorial, and it gives you something to practice to strike. Okay, but this would be about where the hand level is, when they're striking down, so you can see it's anatomically correct in terms of height. And so what I want to practice doing is a nice natural stance. Okay, I'm not in a big agreement with this or having the stick relaxed. I kind of like to have it flow because I practice boxing a lot, so my hands are kind of here, so it's already habit for me. So that's just what I prefer. And that's whether I'm using a blade, my empty hands, or a stick. Okay, the same thing happens with a firearm. I end up in the same position when I present the weapon. So for me, I try to make everything on that line kind of the same. All right, then I don't have to overthink it too much. Okay, but anyway, so if this is the center line, this is the person's knee, this is a strike coming this way. First thing you practice doing is drop down strike. Okay, now when you rebound, stab into the body is my preferred method. Why? It's fast. Can you hear and strike here? Yes. Biggest problem is people strike the hand, then they chamber back here. Where are you open? Something to consider. So for me, I like to strike and stab. The same thing as catch, just like from boxing, all right? So you hear, boom, all right? Now the next thing that makes sense is if I want to make it so he can't step again or chase me, if I want to bolt, all right? Natural would be the knee, right? But here's the difference, all right? When you strike down here, you strike down here, learn to come back to center and strike the kneecap. You don't have to bring it all the way back here because as soon as you cross your center line, you're giving him an opportunity as far as time is concerned. And if you didn't injure him enough or you didn't stop him enough, he has the potential to get you. All right? And then he's taking care of your limb, right? Just something to consider. That's my 2 cents. Therefore, I like doing everything from here. As you can see from camera, I'm kind of side here. So strike, strike, strike. Now, when you drop it, your hand's going to start to rotate. Your tip is going to come back. Then you strike down. Don't bring your hand back to here because then you're crossing your own center line and you can be trapped if somebody rushes in. Oh, yes, you can. All right? So, again, strike, strike, strike. Now, as you're stepping out, your stick comes back to normal. You just strike down. Just have a strike here. Just hit the kneecap. Okay? You can come back to the hand, come back to the head, whatever you want to do. But if you keep things simple with 1 or 2 strikes and go back to a neutral position, which will be your hands up, all right? If you happen to have a stick in your hand, that's the orientation of the stick, right? Makes sense. All right, okay? Now, can you do this? Can you do this? Can you do this? Yes. Is it all valid? Yes. But what I'm talking about is the need for quickness and speed and non-telegraphic action, which means if I don't give away my intent, the better my percentages are being successful. That's the point here, all right? So when someone's striking here and made my leg, I drop here, I stab in here, I hit like that, and then come back to a nice neutral stance. Now, neutral stance, your stick can be a little bit this way. It doesn't make any difference. But your hands are floating in front of you. Okay? That's how I feel about it. All right, so now, okay, he's doing a forehand strike. So he's right-handed, he's doing a forehand strike to my knee, right? So the same thing. So I'm going to intercept the hand, stab to the body. Okay, why the body? Because if you hit anyone there, it's gonna stop him for a second. Okay, then your stick comes to neutral position and strike down at the knee as you're stepping out. All right. So I kind of look like it's okay. When you step here, boom. Now notice my stick starts to drop down, but I'm not putting my hand here. And I just strike from there. All right, so it floats. There's a big difference. Boom here, strike, or see how it's back here. Now he has an opening. I don't want to do that. All right. Now, if I switch the gun this way, okay. I know this is a crude example. Sorry, bear with me though. Okay. So now he's doing a backhand strike. He's right-handed. Same thing. Same principles apply here. Okay. Drop, strike, step back. Bang. Okay. Drop, strike, step back. What you don't want to do, okay, you don't want to come here, back here, here. Okay, that's way too slow. So when you practice doing it, start. Okay, make sense? Okay, that's what I wanted to share with you. That's the low line striking of the leg. I've shared high line, block strike. I've shared block strike. Now low line. As you can see, it's all the same. This is why I want to share this, because you should keep your principles very similar, very the same, but you need to grill them and learn to use your peripheral vision to read what's going on. And you'll get good at it. And of course, when you're sparring, try to be skill specific when you're sparring. There's something that you're working on that you need to work on. Don't just be half-assed about your sparring and just start swinging and blocking. Have a purpose to it, otherwise it leads to nothing. And have some intent. Okay? Wear the proper equipment, and what you need to do when a person is successful, acknowledge the hit and start again. Because if you get cracked in the hand with a real stick or pipe, you know what? You're going to stop. So you should do that when you train. Now, when you get bonked in the head, the same thing. In case somebody strikes you in the head, it cracks you good. You need to stop and start again. Why? You were unsuccessful. This is what's missing. All the stuff I watch of these guys wearing all this armor, and they're repeatedly smacking each other in the head and the hands, and they keep going. You know what? That's not being very realistic, and you're not doing yourself any favors. Okay? Now, if you want to talk about, yeah, I'm developing hard, I'm going forward till I'm stopped, the point is you were stopped, and you didn't acknowledge that. So that's just a bad habit. However, if you practice precision and accuracy, and you're using the equipment, and you acknowledge the hits, and it was a square hit, you're going to get so much better in your understanding of how things end quickly. Okay? Now, I understand heart and wanting to finish the competition and all that stuff, okay? But there's a need to understand the reality side of no rules fighting. When somebody is good at targeting your limbs and your joints, you're going to have a tough time moving. And if you can't move, you're going to have a tough time carrying on the fight. So it's important to understand that. Plus, it's also a fantastic strategic concept to practice. Limb destruction, all right? Limb targeting. Because in order to swing a stick, they have to be able to hold it, and their hand has to work. In order for them to reach you, they have to step for you. That's why you pop the knee. This is what's important to understand, okay? All right, so thanks for listening to me. You can follow me on YouTube under Billy Boston. You can email me at billyboston@gmail.com. And you can phone me at 818-987-1760. All right? Enjoy your Friday, everybody. Have a safe weekend. Till next time.